Before we look at any code, look at the result. A message leaves the web, or a remotely connected Android phone, moves through the cloud, and appears on a real ESP32S3. Web, backend, mobile, and physical hardware are working together inside one online workspace. This is not a mock-up. It is a reusable, full-stack starting point. Now, let us rebuild the flow from zero. I select Template Hello World Full Stack and choose Deploy Template. The goal is not another empty scaffold. In under 10 minutes, we get a runnable foundation covering the front end, back end, mobile app, and MCU firmware. Here, I select the Appwrite project, repository, workspace size, and the Android phone I want to connect. The platform creates an isolated online workspace and prepares the project configuration and development capabilities together. For early business validation, several days of environment setup become a few guided choices. Once deployment finishes, unified authorization takes me into Code Server. The workspace is persistent and managed through Jupyter Hub, so code, dependencies, and development state remain available. A browser is enough to reopen the same cloud environment without configuring an identical laptop for every developer or trainee. Codex, Appwrite MCP, and mobile MCP are already built in. The same environment includes the web and Node.js toolchain, React Native and Expo, the Android SDK, PlatformIO, and the supporting IoT tools. Codex can understand the repository, edit it, run commands, and use these connected capabilities directly. I now ask Codex to take over the template. It is not generating an isolated snippet. It inspects the front-end, mobile, and firmware structure inside the existing repository, connects the Appwrite data and real-time path, completes configuration, runs the project, and responds to the actual results. A developer with basic experience can focus on product logic and differentiation instead of repeatedly rebuilding environments and integrations. The phone on the right is a remotely connected physical Android device, not an emulator. Its screen, ADB connection, and debugging workflow are available inside the online workspace. An MCU connected through the phone can also be exposed to the workspace, so cloud development reaches hardware sitting in the real world. Here, Codex continues from real build and runtime feedback. The environment provides a terminal, debugging, and live logs. For MCU work, esptool, JLink, and OpenOCD are available for flashing, low-level debugging, and fault isolation. There is no need to download the firmware and switch to a separately prepared computer. The mobile app is now running on the physical Android phone. Writing code, installing the build, viewing the device, and reading logs all remain inside the same browser-based workspace, with no constant switching between disconnected tools. Now we verify the data path. After I enter a name, the mobile app writes and subscribes through Appwrite, and the new message appears immediately. Appwrite provides the backend data and real-time layer, while the web app, mobile app, and device can share the same service. That is already enough to test whether the core interaction of a new idea is useful. I open the web app, and the same message is already there. As the content changes, the phone updates, while the terminal continues to show runtime state and device logs. The front-end, Appwrite backend, Android phone, and ESP32S3 firmware are no longer four separate demos. Together they form an end-to-end product prototype that can keep evolving. Finally, look at the physical device. The message completes the full path and reaches the ESP32S3 display. In the same environment, esptool, JLink, and OpenOCD handle flashing, debugging, and logs. From template deployment to full stack and MCU integration, we now have a testable starting point in about 10 minutes. If you have an industry use case, customer access, or an idea worth validating quickly, I would like to collaborate. I bring the engineering and this platform, and I am also willing to train your team at no charge. My only condition is permission to turn the training process into a public video, so others can learn from a real and repeatable path to delivery.